Welcome, guys, to the Arsenal Therapy channel, the channel that gives Arsenal fans a peace of mind where they can voice their opinions. I'm here with my usual lot, man like Jay, man like Gunner Chef, and man like Matt. How we doing, guys?
All good, we're
Good,
blessed.
bro. Good.
Can't complain, man. Can't
Still.
complain.
Right, guys. Obviously, as you know, there's been a lot of things happening in the transfer window.
We've been
Yeah,
busy.
it's been busy. It's been busy. It's been busy. Well, listen, let's not waste any more time right now. How are we thinking about the transfer window so far before I start bringing up some panels and windows and all of them things?
Chef, take
One
the
out of
floor.
10.
Chef,
Chef, take the floor.
chef.
One out
Go,
of
go
10.
ahead, chef.
1 out of 10, bro. It will for until a striker gets over the finish line. It's 1 out of 10. It's a it's a position that we've needed to address for the last 2, 3 windows. Still ain't done it. Until we get a striker, I don't even want to know. I'm not even saying the other signings have been poor. Like Kepa, he's come in, £5 million, Premier League proven goalkeeper. It's a good signing. Norgard, Premier League proven, good depth. But still, I don't rate none of it until I see a striker walk through the door.
I hear that. I hear that. Matt, what are you thinking, man?
I won't say 1 out of 10. Yeah, I won't say 1 out of 10. But no, but where I am with Chef is that I think as Arsenal fans we get a bit nervy because we've been through these type of windows before. And I said before with the window with Havertz, that's Havertz signing wasn't needed, and that has caused a lot of problems. That signing in terms of do we get a midfielder, do we get a striker, and it's a bit up in the air.
Mm.
Now, I'm happy with Kepa and Norgard as options come off the bench, the cup games, because we had Neto last season who was cup tied. We know what director made that decision. But now we're in a place, now we're in a place where we've got to get the serious business done. And like Chef said, the striker is a necessity. I literally, but just before we come on, I read now David Ornstein said something about we have to sell someone before getting the winger. And I'm like, but you basically go back to square one. You're not adding on. Like if we're gonna listen, if we sell Martinelli, I don't want to, but if we got mad money, sold him, brought in brought in a winger.
Oh
The
shit.
chef was like, bro, if we got mad money, brought in a winger, got the striker, got an Eze, then I'm like, do you know what? Because let's put it this way: Eze, the striker, and the winger, bro, that's 10. And at that point, I'm looking at Premier League, and I don't want to see no defeats. I'm looking, going, you think you can beat my team? No, but you know what it is? Because then you go and you've got the complete team. Because as I said, Liverpool has set the standard. So when we're looking at a transfer window, I'm looking going, Arsenal, react to what these men are doing. Or if you're telling me you got it all under plan, Berta business or Berta magic, as they say, we need it done now. Pre-season starts on the 22nd, 23rd. I don't want to see, this signing, we might get them. Then they come a week later. You know them ones where they miss the first three. Get everyone in on time because there's no excuse. The Sesko Gyökeres talk was from when? From as soon as the season was done, and we're still here in July. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. But once we get what we need, then it'll be a 10. No Watkins. Don't bring me Watkins, by the way, because you know why? I'm going to finish on this one. They could have done that in Jan. So if they go and get Watkins now for this summer window, I'm going to be like, you better be bringing another striker with him. You know what I mean? Like if you get Sesko, bring in Watkins, assist him and all of that. But if it's a Gyökeres, you can do just Gyökeres by himself. Focal point 9, and we go from there. But anyway, let me not blabber on. 4 out of 10, can be 10 out of 10. Give me 3-4 more signings.
Okay, Jay.
If I'm talking strictly on who's come in the door and who's gone out of the door and the things that have happened like that, it can't really be above a 5 realistically. Like because of the things that have happened. If we're trying to think of the things that we might do, then the potential of this window has potential to be one of the greatest windows we've seen in Arsenal's modern history in terms of being able to address a lot of key positions, being midfielders as well as the strikers and the wingers as well. I kind of look at it like there are important things that we had to address that we have addressed so far in terms of the situation with the backup keeper. Obviously, with bringing in someone like Zubimendi, with Partey leaving and things like that. And now, obviously, we're hearing things about Eze. Obviously, the striker debate is still going on. So, overall, compared to how I felt probably 2-3 weeks ago. I feel a lot better now
Mhm.
off of the things that I've heard, off of the things that have come through. But then at the same time, you can't I can't really rate this window higher than like 4-5 because at the end of the day, it's not through the door yet. You know what I mean? As much as me myself, as soon as I heard Ornstein saying like it's Eze plus like a striker and a wing, I was gassed. I was gassed. I can't say I wasn't because I was. But at the same
Yeah.
time, all of these players and all of these things are still rumors, and then no one's like signed and in the door yet. So until that happens, then I can start rating the window higher, being like the 8s, 9s, 10s.
Mm.
Because like I said, like a few episodes back, we were like a window behind. You know, like we kind of left ourselves short, so we had to now kind of pick up the slack. It's why we're being linked with so many players. Like when you think about it, if we're factoring all the links and all the players we're trying to win, we could sign a good like 7 players this
Yeah.
window. And how
Yep.
often in Arsenal's history have you actually seen us do that? Do you know what I mean? So it's only because we have to, because we were so behind. So it's good the things that I'm hearing. It's good the good things that are cooking. So overall, right now, it's got to be like a 4-5. But when we get the big boys in, when we get the statements going, then cool, we can start talking and giving the high ratings, the 8s, 9s, 10s, and things like that.
Okay. And last but not least at all, my brother Urson, what are you thinking? What are you thinking about the transfer window so far, and what you're hearing and what we're kind of doing at the moment? What are you thinking?
For me, it's good news, but I just want the striker wrapped up. I want to know what's going on.
If you had to give it out of 10 so far, if you had to give it out of 10, because everyone else is giving it out of 10, what would you give it out of 10?
I'd give it a 6. 6. Nothing's concrete yet. I like the signing of Pepper. I like
Better than all the
the
last.
It's a sit. It's nothing more. It's nothing. It's too early. Do you know what I mean? But I like the fact that we've got a keeper in. I like the fact that we've agreed for a midfielder in Zubimendi. I like the fact that we're replaced Partey. Like I'm glad he's out of the window now. It's just about getting the striker in. I like the fact that we're linked with Rodrygo and Eze, but until they're wearing the Arsenal shirt in a training session, it's nothing more than a 6. And if those deals weren't to happen, and you end up with Kepa, Norgard, and Zubimendi, will be a 3 out of 10. Really, let's be honest.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You're 1.
It'd be a 1.
Yeah.
I had to agree with Chef. Will be a 1 because it's like we're
Yeah.
basically at the same place. We're basically at the same place.
No,
We're
I
in-
agree.
I
I like the fact that we're linked.
Sorry. But I
Although-
think at that point you say Arteta out. Then like, I just
No, it
Yeah.
wouldn't. It'd be more on the board as well. Like
Yeah.
No,
it would be
no,
more on the board
no.
as well. Like if you're not gonna back the manager fully and give him the resources, give him the players, then both are responsible. But I thought I'm just fed up of just waiting and waiting and waiting. We can't. We've waited 20 years for a trophy, for a league title, and it's just getting boring now.
Yeah, it's true. I'd have to say that as well. Just to add my little bit, and I'll probably have to give it, 5, because again we took care of the people that departed, right? Partey and Jorginho. And personally, I'd prefer Norgard instead of Jorginho. I know Jorginho maybe is a bit more of a technical player, but I think so many times last season we got caught out so many times with people just pressing Jorginho. His legs were gone 2 years ago, to be honest. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah, facts.
So the fact that we've got Norgard, and you know what? I don't know about you guys, but Norgard kind of reminds me of a Gilberto Silva type of signing. Like someone that's not amazingly technical, but bang, gets the ball in, bang, gives it to the next guy to do their magic instead of him kind of bringing it
Well,
on.
I hope
We
he
need
ends
someone
up
like that.
like that.
We need
That's a
someone
brave shout. That's a brave call, to be honest. Norgard's
Now,
a good player.
but you know what, right?
Exactly.
I think as well with Norgard, he's going to be a perfect signing when you're playing them games to see out. You know, like
Yes.
if you look how Brentford play, and I won't lie, I didn't watch him every game for Brentford, but you know when Brentford did well, you'd watch him be like, he was all right. You know, like he's always that 7 out of 10 guy without fail.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes you put them 7 out of 10s with better quality players, they raise their game. And I think not only is going to be that, he's going to be the guy to get Zubimendi for it. I think that's what the plan was as well, because obviously he's coming to a brand new league. So I'm happy with it. I think that's good. But now bring us the superstars. We're all right. Give us a little bits and pieces now. Get it rolling.
Yeah, no, for real.
Agreed. Agreed.
One thing obviously we have to talk about, I think someone mentioned it before, is the players that are currently still at the club, right? Because obviously there's a couple of people that want to leave, the Zinchenko's, the Kiviors and stuff, but the people
Not
that we're ready.
Jeff was ready.
Not Kivior,
not
though.
Kivior.
I like Kivior. He proved himself to me when Gabriel got injured. Barely played any football, was not rotated, came in and was good. I wouldn't get rid of him. I'll be honest. I wouldn't. Even if they tried.
Can I put a caveat to that? Can I put a caveat to that, Chef? The problem is, and we've seen it many times, and it happens with a lot of Arsenal players. We have that season where they do that thing, and we think, you know what, the following they're gonna do their business, you know. And then next season, come Jan, we go, why do we keep Kivior, bro? We could have got a younger. No, because you know what I'm saying. Because what I'm saying is that the young Ajax guy. If you can go and get him and say to him, listen, come in, learn from Gabriel. I know we've got Mascara or getting Mascara, but you can still get a Gerard Hito, and that for me then completes the whole defense.
You got Matt. We're getting too many defenders. Then though, it's going to be difficult to rotate them all into the side. I feel like you can either get one or the other. It looks like we've chosen Mascara. Like he's the guy that we're going for.
Big baller, by the way.
He's 20 years old. Like he's one for the future. Probably gearing up for Gabriel or Saliba to get sold in the future. If anything, you know, and I respect that Arsenal are trying to prepare themselves early on and say, listen, we're trying to get someone who's there, because they got rid of Aiden Heaven, who I thought could have really benefited because we were short.
Yep.
He could have been playing really, but he chose to go Man United, so that's fine.
Pagan.
Yeah, no, but like, let him do it. They're young, that's fine. Like, look, Chido Obi Martin.
Really, you're gonna go Man United? You're gonna go Man United?
What happened to Chido Obi Martin?
Bro,
he left to apparently play football. Our striker, when we were playing a midfielder up front for like 6 months, that could have been you. But you left.
But let's
could have
honest,
cemented
none
yourself.
Of them matter, Chef. None of them matter. The main, I'm telling you now,
hindsight's a wonderful thing, man.
Max Dowman is the one that cannot go.
He's
Max
so
goes,
good.
Listen, if we let Max go, then I got problems. Chido, them man, whatever, cool. Max Dowman cannot go. That like
he is.
Guys, Chido was scoring like 7 goals in a match.
7 goals a game.
Oh, bruv, he was a weight bully. He's just bigger than everyone else.
Wow,
you know that, like, he's too for his age. He's tall.
Yeah.
It's like Lukaku when he was in the ranks.
Didn't see that ball? Threw the ball over the fence.
Yeah, man. And plus, you need to check his passport as well, because you know.
Trust me.
You know how them things go. You know how them
you
go.
know they're about
first
it.
for the first.
That's hilarious.
2000, yeah, right, all right, man. Right, guys. So the first one I wanted us to talk about is Odegaard, because Odegaard is a very, very important season for him. I'm sure you guys agree. He needs to come back and shut the people that are saying that are calling him absolutely rubbish and garbage. We know there's a player in there. You know, but what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be a good season? What do you guys think?
Well, for me, I really rate Odegaard. I'm not going to sit there. I feel like he was poor, and it's fine to call him out and say that he wasn't good enough. Like, we need to sit there, we'll criticize him because he set an expectation for us. We're expecting a certain player every single week. And I feel like after he got injured, he had a bit of fear in him. He was scared to hoof the ball with a shot and take a shot, because we're used to him taking a shot. But for me, when he is on his game, he's one of the best midfielders in the league, and it ain't close. Pick and pop. But the only problem that I have with him, he don't drive with the football. And in that 10, when you need someone to grab the game by the scruff of his neck, he hasn't got the ability. He just tries to play the ball around, pick and pop, move, press, win the ball from the front, but grab the ball, run foot like Morgan Rogers, like with someone like that who can just pick up the football and glide past people. He ain't got that. And I feel like we need that in that position. Maybe off the bench. I'm not saying that I would replace him per se, because he's proven that we can almost win the Premier League with him as the captain, as the star man. I just don't know if he's the leader that I want. I don't know if I want Rice, so because I feel like he ghosts, he vanishes. When it's time for him to sit there and be like, guys, like we need just do something.
You know,
He kind of
that I agree
shrinks
with
to the
that, Kev.
occasion.
Like, I think in some of the games I've watched him, the game just passes him by.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
the two games against PSG really told me that Erdegaard just either he wasn't fully fit or he just fully wasn't like ready. When you're watching him on the ball taking too long and then not make the brave passes that you see Vitinha make or Neves make, and it's like, hold on a minute, you're the creative sparkness in the team. It can't be all Saka, it can't be all Martinelli, because we know that Erdegaard is capable of producing a fine through ball. He is capable of putting a lovely ball into the box to cross it in for somebody to get a goal and lose on. He needs to do more of that. I think he needs to be up the pitch a bit more. He can't be taking the ball
100%.
from Saliba, Gabriel.
He
Got
does
to
too
be.
much.
It's got
He
to be Zubimendi or Rice that's going to pass him the ball. When Saka's on the ball, I want to see the overlapping runs, or you're in space that way. He does give you a chance. You know, you either shoot or you're playing it back to him or looking for a pass in the box. None of this one too many touches or a flick that is just going to set the game back. And that's why I was excited to hear about Eze, because Eze is a
I
player
love
that
that
will
guy,
take the
man.
game
He's
to you.
so cold.
And I think he is a baller, Erdegaard. I think he's fantastic. He's skillful. He is fun to watch on his day. Like, even put off my head, the 5-0 win over Chelsea. That was Erdegaard at his best. Erdegaard, Havertz tore them apart. Yeah, they've had injuries this season, and it's like it set them back where, shit, what did he do? He doesn't want to rush into
do you think, that if we sign a striker, he'll play better because he'll have someone running in behind? I think without having a number 9 who runs in behind, he don't have the ball to...
but the amount of times
nothing
I've
to
seen
really
Martinelli or Saka running behind, and the
He
ball's
don't
gone
play
back to Partey.
Yeah, he
The
don't
ball's
play
gone
it.
sideways.
But do you
That's
think
what he needs.
that's the manager telling him not to do that?
Oh, bruv, it
Opposed
better
to-
not be.
You know what I mean?
Both. It's a bit
As
of
opposed
both.
to him not.
It's
Do you know
a
what I mean?
bit of
Because
both.
he's clearly got the vision. He's clearly got the vision to do that because he's always finding
It's a
people
bit
in
of
your way.
both.
You know what I mean? So
I think it's a bit of both, because there are times where you got to take the handbrake off, and I think Arteta will see a clear through ball that Erdegaard should be playing. But at the same time, there's times where Erdegaard would. The through ball is like 15% on, but Arteta would know that's 15% on. We would like to see it happen, but Arteta would rather a pass to Miles Skelly or something like that. So it's not easy to tell. But one thing I will also say, Erdegaard's got to step up his set pieces, his balls into the box. Because there's going to be chances where he's going to be a set piece taker, be it from left or the right hand side. If Saka is unavailable, he's got to be putting those balls in properly instead of just not being the first man. You know what I mean?
Nah, I get it, man. I was gonna say the same thing because in terms of his set, in terms of his set pieces, he can do better. So before I go on to the next thing, which is obviously Eze was talking about, Jay or Matt, do you think Odegaard is doing too much currently? Because if you look at his heat map, this guy is at the back building up play, and then he's the one setting the pressing line at the top. Do you think he's doing too much, or do you think he just needs to fix up?
I think. Sorry, go on, Jay.
No, sorry. I think with Erdegaard, this season, I think he kind of he'll have no excuse, if that makes sense. He's really not going to have an excuse next season, especially with the players that are going to come through, the players who Arsenal are trying to sign. Like, I look at majority of the season where Erdegaard was poor, but then you're playing with someone who's a DM up front, and then obviously one of your clearest link-up partners in Saka, he's out for a long time during the season. So it's like, I think with Erdegaard, he's kind of lacked that instinctiveness where there's times you see the pass and he doesn't play it, and he takes time and he plays another pass and he goes to dictate to this, and maybe he has got a lot on his plate, but then at the same time, I still remember in 22, 23, and even 23, 24, he would still do a lot. He would still do majority of the work where he still picks up the ball and he's up there leading the press. He would still do a lot because he's Arteta's facilitator. It goes through him, right? And I don't think that's necessarily a negative thing, but it's where he gets into those positions in the final third, which he kind of needs to step up, and he'll have no excuse, because a lot of times I'll see him play passes where it is a decent pass, but then the person doesn't connect to it well, or someone doesn't finish their chance. So now with the players that he's gonna go and sign and having the full squad back, I really don't think we'll have an excuse, and that is where I think it will all really come down to the quality that's in and around him, because you know he's capable of making that pass. So now when you have the players on the pass, if you get a top wing, if you get a striker who's able to run in behind, who's able to finish the chances, you're gonna see him make runs. It's like, you know, when Haaland came in at City, and you even see City play now, you see the amount of runs that Haaland makes where he doesn't get the ball, right?
Yeah,
And you'll be looking at the City players around him, you're thinking, okay, cool, you're not playing in the ball. Now we're gonna see it where the new striker will come in at Arsenal. They're gonna be making runs. They're gonna be moving about and in and that and the other. So now it's down to you, Erdegaard, to actually be the person who plays that pass. We can't really. I don't mind him not being Bruno in the sense that he's not going to try the fantastic pass every single time. I don't need you to be that. But I need you to be someone who, when you see a moment, you do have to take it. I don't need you to pluck out something out of the sky every time and bang a free kick top bins all the 24s. But I need you, when the pass is there to be seen, when the pass is there to be played, you do play it. Because I remember back in 22-23, that game against Brighton where Martinelli scores away, and then Martinelli scores that goal, where Erdegaard gets that pass and he just plays it through. So often that season, that'll be a pass he plays because he sees it and he's been like, you know what? I might not make this pass, but I'm just gonna play it. That is the kind of confidence I want to see. And with having runners around you, we're getting in good players.
But
I feel like we might see the best of him back, but we'll see.
I expect him to be a lot better now, Zubimendi, once Zubimendi comes in, because Zubimendi won't take so long on the ball compared to a Partey or a Jorginho. He will actually be popping passes to him immediately on a transition, on a counter-attack. Even with Norgard, the amount of times you see Brentford on a counter-attack and Norgard's a part of it and the ball's all of a sudden gone to BOMBA or Wissa. Do you get what I mean? Like, we're going to have Erdegaard on the ball, far up the pitch, and that has to be down to the defensive midfielders doing the work. Facilitating that ball, do you know what I mean?
There's three things I just want to quickly touch on. I feel like when you come back from it, I think he was still injured when that season went.
He was injured.
Like, and I won't be surprised if the whole Eze thing is coming from where it's like like his fitness is a bit, but we've got an opportunity to get something like an Eze for 60 mil, 68, but over 3 installments. They're probably looking at going, that's not a massive immediate outlay. And that will allow us to take up the burden of an Odegaard and go, listen, if you need a bit of thingy done to your ankle or whatever, we've got Eze to cover till. And then it's decisions in terms of the squad, what you want to do. Number two, I feel like the captain thing, I've said it for a long time. I don't think he is the right captain. When I think about 100%. A captain, I've grown up on Adams, Vieira. Like, when I'm not playing well, you're not playing well as a team, I need to look at my captain that's shouting at me going mad, I can only see Gabriel and Rice doing that. I think Saliba will say it in a nice way. Saliba's saying it in French, being all nice and that, you know. Come on, guys. Like this, come on. But Gabriel and Rice have got that. And as I go back to again, when Rice took them free kicks against Real Madrid, the coach was telling him to cross it, if you guys remember. He was like, I'm whacking this. And sometimes, sometimes you need them type of players where it's like, bro, I know what I'm doing. I'm in charge here. You said your bit on the side, but I'm on the pitch. I know what's going on. That's needed. And the final bit, in terms of what Jay said, you will see the difference when we get a striker. The problem is with Odegaard, we've all played ball. When you're injured or you don't have the person ahead of you, you start backtracking because you're like, who can I give it to? I know Ersan said Martinelli and Saka, but let's be honest, Saka's not blessed with blistering pace. He's not. So with Saka, you wouldn't give it through and he's going to beat like a Van Dijk to the ball. It don't happen. But suddenly, if you put him in that 10 or that flowing position, and you have like a Gyökeres, let's say, a powerful runner up top, it makes a difference. And you'll find Odegaard won't be going back to get the ball off Saliba and that, because he probably thinks, do you know what? Rice is there in the 8, Partey's slow with it, Jorginho, let me go and get it. He won't have to do that. And if you remember back in the day, last point, Mario Götze said to Pep Guardiola about in the 10, Pep said, I don't want to see you anywhere beyond that halfway line. We find you with the ball. When we find you the ball, your job is to just find the person ahead of you. That's it. And that's it. And I'm not saying that you have to be a traditional 10, but we need more from Odegaard. And we've seen what he can do. So I'm telling you now, if we get the striker and Mikel Arteta says, handbrake off this season, let's go. I promise you, we're going to see 4-0, 5-0, and we're not going to be shocked because we're on the cusp of it. But we've been playing with a handbrake on. That's the problem.
See, that's the thing, right? Before we go into the other thing, I'll say this is that I know people kind of sitting on the fence a bit in terms of, oh, he's going to do well. No, I'm expecting him to do well. I don't want to see nothing else. Like, I'm expecting him to do well. I don't want to hear these numbers in terms of, you're not shooting enough, or you're not getting enough assists. I want minimum 10 assists.
Yeah.
Right. Because look, everyone just said it. He's on the day. He's a banging player. He's done it for 2-3 seasons. So why should we not? So why should we not expect that of him? Because we know that he's got that in his belt. So if we want to win the Prem, I need you, especially if you're captain, I need you to have that stellar season where you're going to be like, yeah,
that's
I'm that
me.
guy.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm making the assists, right? So I'm going to say that. But anyway.
Bro, no, wait, I'll just say, I agree. But he's also had no competition in his spot for a few years. So he's got nothing like looking at, like, when you're looking behind and someone's chasing you, oh my, he's got nothing like that. He can just cruise. He knows he's starting every game. The only person who's kind of come through is Waneri. Arteta, he don't trust him enough to start him in the midfield. So when Odegaard's fit, he can just play. It's always going to play. Always. And I feel like that's why you need that. If you bring Eze in, that might actually make Odegaard work harder because he's thinking, damn, if I don't play well now, I'm out.
Chef, just quickly, what you said before we go to the next topic, that's spot on because Theo Walcott said it a few months ago about Odegaard not having competition. And the second thing, if you go back to the previous teams, Henry days, whatever, they said the standard of the training was so high because you were like, if I don't play well, even in training,
I'm not in the team.
I'm not in the team.
Not getting minutes.
That's it. Yeah. And you know, and that's the thing. I look at Arsenal, and as an 11, great. But you can imagine Odegaard has a bad training session. Who the hell's going to come in for him? And that's where we're missing. You know what I mean? So now we need a proper 16 or 18.
I agree. So going on to the next thing with Eze, obviously everyone's happy about it. But the good thing that I was happy about is the fact that we're not only signing Eze, we're looking for a winger as well. Because I think some of us were under the consensus that if Eze comes in, he's going to be our winger, our left winger, which I disagree with. I still think we need an out.
He's more central.
I think we need an.
I don't mind where he's gonna play. Just get him in my team. I went to Arsenal Crystal Palace when they beat us and Mateta scored that goal from distance.
Oh, the 2-2 draw.
The
draw. I went there. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, man.
Like he was ripping us, like, and with, like, when you go in person and you see a player play and you're like. Well, no, he's cold.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the TV don't do certain players justice.
Yeah,
it's like Thomas Muller, for example. I went to see Thomas Muller when we played Bayern. I was like, bro, this guy's so cold. But he's one of them. He'll come to Arsenal. He's so technical. And I said before, me and Matt, we said we don't have enough technical players. He brings all of that to Arsenal Football Club, man.
Yeah, and I think what he does as well is that his completed dribbles is crazy. Like he takes the ball when he looks up and he's like, bro, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bun a man. And again, we don't have that. We do not have that. But the main thing, I don't know if you guys saw this as well. I put it on my TikTok. But in a match, minimum per game, he's given 3 clear cut chances.
Yeah,
really?
3, yes. Per game, per 90.
That's a very very good start.
3 clear-cut chances, guys. Right?
Yeah.
And he's doing that at Crystal Palace. Imagine what he's going to do at Arsenal.
No, but they got players like Munoz running in, and then they've got what's that? Ismail Assar. I think he's cold as well.
He's not cold.
You got players like Mateta.
He's all right.
You don't think Ismail? No, he's cold.
Nah. I wouldn't have him at Arsenal. Are you mad?
But this is the thing with the whole thing about Eze, yeah. I feel like we don't have a profile like him in the squad, and I think that is what is quite refreshing. It's like we don't really have someone who we know is capable in midfield as well as like cool. He wouldn't be elite on the left, in my opinion. He wouldn't be elite, but he would be. Because he's still good enough to play there. But like, it's having those players as options in your squad that are the things that kick you on to winning a league title, to challenging on all four fronts. Because we've seen it with teams gone by. It's like when you look at the City teams previously, when they're having Sane, Mahrez, Sterling, Jesus, like even then back then Aguero. It's like they're having like a good like 4 or 5 attackers who can play majority of positions across the front line. It's like you need these players because you're going to go.
Liverpool has that now.
Exactly. Literally, we saw it last season. It's like we're gonna go into this season, and if we want to compete on these fronts, these are the kind of players you need. And it's like Arteta, Arteta loves utility, man. He does. So
he does.
if you have a utility man that's actually of good quality as well, that can play majority positions in the midfield as well as on the front line as well, it's almost a no-brainer. And you know what it is as well? The fact that he got rejected from Arsenal and left when he was 13
written in the stars.
That's the real
returning.
remontada.
Exactly. That's the real remontada. That's a bar. That's a real remontada right there, man.
Yeah,
It's
That's
like
the real
that's the kind of
remontada.
player who you want at the club. You saw for Richard was saying today how he's like giving the green light to the whole situation because he knows he loves Arsenal in his heart. So it's like obviously for the sake of like the footballing story, I'd be sad for Palace for losing a player of his quality because he is good and especially what he does for Palace. But for us, you know what I'm saying? I say that every day of the week, man. I say that every
Palace,
day.
I couldn't
One
give a
Palace. I don't care about no Palace.
You know what as well,
On
though?
them,
You,
bro.
you know the one thing people are forgetting, and it's a massive thing. When teams play Arsenal and we have a fully Philip, who's the one player they double mark and they triple mark?
Saka.
Saka. We now suddenly, if we get an Eze, have someone else where they're like, yo, we can't double mark Saka now. Because man like Eze, we've seen him on the ball, how he dribbles, how he progresses the ball. And in our team, like Chef said, we spoke about it before, we don't have someone of that technical or enough of that technical ability and a progressor with the ball. We don't really have play like Declan Rice does it at times, and then the chance creates, and you think, but he's still not that player. He's not the attacking player.
He's not elite in the final third, so it doesn't always end up still creating a chance. Even though the bursts are good, but he doesn't have that quality in the final third.
Exactly. And also the last thing as well, when I look at players like Eze, my gauge is I'll go back and look at how they played against the top 4, top 5. And when I go back to Eze, and this was the same with Trossard. If you remember when we signed Trossard, I went, bang hat-trick against Liverpool. I look at Eze, bro. I remember when they lost 1-0 Liverpool on that when they were going to go unbeaten. He ripped him up himself. He would just, and while I like him when he plays, it's the nonchalance. I want someone with a bit of not everything.
A bit of swag. Yo, I got this. Don't worry, guys. I got this.
Bro, when he scored a goal, look at me in the clock end. Look at me, just stand there.
Yeah, man, just there, just like.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it.
Oh. And you know what? Him and Saka, you know they'll have their own celebration already planned. You know it.
The link up is real. The link up is going to be way too much, man. The link up is going to be way too much. But yeah, I think we all agree that we want to see this guy at the club, right? But
oh god,
we want to see this guy.
He's not getting no minutes in the Club World Cup. I'm saying 188 minutes in 4 games.
Okay, guys, I've got a question for you all then, because we're all banking on him. Yeah, this is my thing. We want a winger, right? What type of winger are people wanting? This is the thing. Because if you're wanting a take on, give a little feint, a little step over, go past you, get the ball in, he's not really fully that guy. Like, the best way I can say it, he's not a Kvaratskhelia or a Williams or a Barcola. Like, he's got his own weirdish profile where you can maybe play him in the 9 if you need to do that, or you might come in off the left. What I do think with him though, he raises again our technical level even higher, and I genuinely believe if we get him, he comes with the same impact Alexis had.
100%.
10 toes down, damn right. That guy Rodrygo right there, I think that's a signing that. Cool. Obviously, I want a striker in terms of like Cesco, Gyökeres, etc. But if we were to get Rodrygo, that is the signing that moves me. That is a signing that makes the pendulum swing, in my opinion. That is a signing that takes you from being like, oh, we might do this. It's like that's a player who's capable of creating something out of nothing. And I don't think it's just down to the fact that it will be, oh, he's gonna beat a man and dribble and this, that, the other. It's the fact that he can just see it and just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna play this pass, bang. I'm gonna put that ball into the box, or I'm gonna pop up in the box. I'm gonna rise like a salmon and back, like, you know what I mean? Like someone who is just gonna be capable of getting goals when we need them. Someone who's gonna be like, yeah, the game might not be going our way, but you know what? I can pop up with a moment. I can do something. That is the elite level winger that I see in someone like Rodrygo. And that's someone we haven't had, like we always say, haven't had since someone like Alexis Sanchez. Having that on the left-hand side and having two very capable wingers. Because we've seen the over-reliance on Saka in terms of how we double up and all these sorts, how other teams double up. So having someone like that who is capable on both hand sides, who is capable, and the wingers who are capable on both hand sides, that is what this team needs. And as well, I promise you'll see a better version of a Martinelli, you'll see a better version of a Trossard with someone like him in front of them. Because they know if I get a game here or if I get brought on, I have to do something. Because Rodrigo's in front of me. If I'm not performing, I might go. I might get sold in January because they're looking at me and I'm not really getting minutes in this team. And especially going into next season where it's a World Cup year. That's why I think all of this is key. Like, Rodrigo's obviously not going to throw his toys out the pram now in terms of the Club World Cup. He's being professional. Like, he's not going to suddenly be like, okay, cool, I need to leave and go now. But it's like, from the fact that you're seeing him not get no minutes at the Club World Cup or barely get any minutes at the Club World Cup, you're seeing Vinny still play out on the left. And even I saw they played like Jude Bellingham on the right recently. Or, you know what I mean? Like, they're doing all sorts. And they said they were going to hold talks about like, whether Rodrygo's going to be in the team. They're saying, they're doing the PR of, he's a good player for us and blah, blah. I'm telling you, going into the Club World Cup, looking at the way that they've done everything, I don't think that he's just been barely playing anything for no reason, barely playing any minutes for no reason. He's gone 2 games getting no minutes at all. Like, I don't think exactly free. I don't think this means nothing. Look, maybe I'm reaching, but I don't think.
You know what? As well, just last bit
on,
before we go to one, you guys. I think as well, when you look at someone like a Rodrygo, if you think about what he did in that Champions Leagues, and he's played in the pinnacle of pinnacle games, right? And he's outshone the main players at Real Madrid. What we need to understand is this is not belittling us. We're not a Champions League powerhouse. So when we go to these big games, we need a player like that has done it and can be like, guys, you know what? Like, let's look what Mesut done. When Mesut was at Arsenal, we saw his level was different to what everyone else was. Yeah. Same as Alexis. We didn't have the team to support them. Now we've got that team. You add a Rodrygo, we'll do well in the Champions League. And also we'll have a team where we can go to other opposition and they're gonna look like he used to be back in the day and go, what? Eze, Rodrygo, oh my days. It's a long day. And that's what we need. We need the fear factor back, because nowadays I was listening to Nuno Espirito Santo talk about did they beat us, when he was like, yeah, we weren't really too concerned because they didn't really have a 9 up top. I was so pissed.
Oh yeah, he decided not to go 5 at the back because
the
0-0 draw. Yeah,
I said, you taking a piss? Nah, change that. And this is what we need to do now. Get these players where Eze, a Rodrygo. If it's Sesko Yokers, I don't care. Just bring me my striker. I don't care. Just get the striker.
Yeah, that's
it. Get me the striker. Because as we said, if you get an Eze and Rodrygo, whoever the 9 is between Sesko and Yokers, they're banging, bro.
They're banging. Hey, they're banging.
Matt, I was gonna say exactly the same thing. Look, Rodrygo, he is world class, one of the best in the world in his position. If he comes, people for some reason are underrating him. They're looking at him and saying, "Oh no, like he's not."
Because he's linked to Arsenal.
I'm telling you, he is the man that they believe their best player is. That's who he is, that man. But even if we sign him, if we do not get someone up front who can score goals, it's still irrelevant. It still makes no difference, because he would have to work so hard on that side, and all it will do is mean the centre back and the wing back will come across again like they do for Saka every game, cut him off. You need someone in the middle where centre back says, you know what, I can't leave my man.
Yeah.
If I leave this guy, he's gonna kill me. Like, I need to get a striker like Rodrygo. Obviously, I'm not saying I don't want to sign him. Like, do you know what I mean? I would love. We need a left winger.
You need to just
but
vote.
until I see us get a number 9,
Yeah,
and I've stopped all of this. Well, Sesko's saying this. He's joined this on Instagram. He's followed this dog security company. Bro, I'm done. Like, I'm done with all of this, bro. Like, go put the money. And you know, Arsenal, they just love dilly-dallying.
Yeah.
When they want to get deals done, the Norgards, the Keppers, bang, it was done in 2 minutes. Oh, yeah, the deal's been agreed. Norgard, like we said last time, bro, we heard the news 3 hours before. 3 hours later, it's like, yeah, it's done. It's like, what? And now he's going to come. He's going to get... Obviously, they're taking long to announce it, but we all know that signing is obviously done.
You know, can I put a caveat, Chef? Can I put a caveat?
Yeah.
This might sound crazy to everybody, and the viewers are going to think I'm nuts, right? So we're looking at Sesko and Gyökeres, yeah? Alexander Isak, right, has been linked with Liverpool.
Yeah.
What if behind the scenes, right? No,
Get the conspiracy free hats on, guys.
Let him land.
What if behind the scenes? Because I'm telling you now, there's no way Liverpool are going for him and we're not. Let's be honest. There's no way.
Yeah.
You know who you support, right? You support Arsenal Football Club.
No, but and then remember, this is the little Sociedad link up they're bringing, bro. He's the last piece of the puzzle. He's the last. Listen, Berta, Sociedad. Moreno, Sociedad. Erdegaard, Sociedad. Zubimendi, Sociedad. Bro, he's the
Arteta, Sociedad.
Bro,
yeah.
Isak is the last person, and let's be honest here. If Odegaard goes, listen, Isak, Alexander, because I'm telling you now, I'm not saying it's guaranteed he's going to leave, but he's getting itchy feet at Newcastle. You know he is. He's looking good, and there's a 14 jersey waiting. 14 is there for you, bro. Like, come on.
I think it's surprising though.
We all know.
If it's like, bro. One sec. I think the only way Isak was to leave is if, like now this season, is if Newcastle don't get any improvements in. If they don't improve on their current squad, they get now. They don't improve on the defense, goalkeeper.
You're right.
Then it's going to tell him that it's a signal of lack of ambition, similar to what
100%.
West Ham were going through. That's why Rice left. Then you look at a few of the other players in the Premier League, with the players that have been doing really well linked with bigger moves, they leave because that club there, they ain't got a similar ambition. And Arsenal have always been waiting for Isak. If Isak was available right now, I do genuinely believe Arsenal would get him. If he's available right now, we wouldn't be dilly-dallying. For me, going back to the Sesko Gyökeres argument, if Gyökeres is keen on Arsenal and Sesko isn't, you go and get Gyökeres now. You pay the 50, 60, 70 million pound, you get him done, and then you focus on Rodrygo or Eze or Rete. Sesko, for me, I have always had reservations because he rejected Arsenal to sign a new contract at Leipzig. Now he wants to leave. You didn't have a gentleman's a clause agreed or something serious. So the ball's in Arsenal's court. If there's a clause agreed, go and get it done. Go get it sorted. No need to faff around. You wanted to develop at Leipzig. You've done that. You can come. But it's been reported he wants to put a release clause in his contract if he signs for Arsenal. Do you want someone like that?
No.
Nah,
and
not really.
Gyökeres has said though, hasn't he? Like Gyökeres has already said he wants to join Arsenal. If I'm a manager,
listen, that's what I want. That's what I want, man.
If I'm a manager,
for me, guys, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I don't want someone. Imagine someone's going to me. Yeah, can you put a release clause? I do a 4-year deal. I'm like, bro, no.
It won't work.
He's the same person that said, "Oh, I don't want to be second fiddle to Kai Havertz." What? So you're scared of facing Kai Havertz up top?
No, but like him and Havertz won't leave the line together.
You know what I'm saying? What did Gyökeres say? Gyökeres said, "Arsenal's where I want to go." He don't care about.
He don't care about that. See, that's what I want. I want someone that's hungry. I want someone to come in and be like, "Listen, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy." Yeah,
and you know what?
I do like
people say like, "Oh, it's a farmers league." Yeah, we've all played ball. If I know someone knows where that goal is, yeah, that's what I want. I want
the goals are not different in leagues. The goals are not different.
Look at Harry Kane. Yeah, I don't care if Harry Kane's a Tottenham player or X whatever. He's one of the best in the world. Harry Kane gets the ball, bang, foot through it. Us, man. Everything's got to be pampered. When we get the ball, Kai Havertz got to do the little. Oh, let me just side foot, smash the ball, bro. That's what I want to see.
Smash the team.
You know what I mean? Like
we don't have anyone like that, bro.
When Gyökeres played us, this is my last point. Gyökeres against us when he played in the Champions League. Gyökeres didn't score. He's one of the few strikers that I saw bully Saliba and Gabriel.
Hey,
Bro,
do you remember when he hit the post? Do you remember when he hit the post?
Remember?
And he had, bro, he turned Saliba like Saliba wasn't even there.
That's what I'm saying.
And he had Gabriel like in 400-meter sprint. Like
he gave us problems, but so did Isaac, man. Isaac is the reason why we didn't win the Carabao Cup or win get an extra 3 points in that game against Newcastle where we lost 1-0 to them. The guy made an important difference in the end of the day. Isaac has caused everyone all the problems as well. But even then, back to Sashko. Sashko does cause like the German defense, Bayern defense issues as well. Like even in some of the big games, he's done pretty well. Sashko, he's been a name.
That's a 13 goals. 13 goals. Like for me, I don't want
21 goals.
Bro, no, but 13 in the league. Me, I want a man who's, he's just, I know Gyökeres is going to come, he's going to say, watch. These man were saying this stuff, watch. I'm going to come and I'm going to score 20 league goals and I'm going to just walk up and I'm going to... You know what I mean?
He meant Gabriel, you know. He meant Gabriel.
Come to Arsenal.
You're gonna get everyone in there.
You know what it is? Arsenal, I know what they're doing. They're penny pinching. They're penny pinching. They're trying to get a nice swift deal. They want to negotiate. Slap the money on the table. Just get it.
I can't blame Arsenal for that because we're trying our hardest to get all three of Rodrygo, Eze, and Sashko Gyökeres. Or even
Tell Martinelli.
Nah, we can't.
Tell him to. Saudi are saying they're going to offer a big. Okay, 75 million. Are you selling him?
I'm taking.
I would. 75, I would. I can't lie. That's the most expensive.
If Saudi come 75, 60 million,
guys,
I'm getting rid of him.
Guys, we're one of the only teams that hasn't benefited from the Saudi league yet. We haven't. All these other players ran gone.
But guys, before we go into the next thing, squad depth.
I know, bro. I know, but 75. I know,
but 75. Cool. 75. Cool, but cool. But
I can get a young kid from the Hairland who's gonna run better with him. Just that stupid little kick in the ball. I'm done with it. But defensively, he's good. But I can't have a man just dribbling like this constantly. I'm done, bro. All he's doing is just
head down every time, bro. Head down.
Hold that Martinelli, man. I think we'll come back to this in another chat. But we need to keep it moving, guys. So yeah.
Move on.
I don't need the leader of Mandem FC in my team. I don't need it. I don't want it. Keep away immediately, man. Keep away from Saka. Keep away from Declan Rice. Keep away from all of them. I don't want it.
There's an update from Ornstein. Yeah, if you go to if you type in AFC stuff, it's got an updated tweet about Madueke to Arsenal where Ornstein has said that Arsenal do like the idea of Madueke coming in because he could play left wing and he could play right wing. And they will look at a deal worth around £45 million.
See,
I can't have him. I can't have him here, man.
This is what I'm going to say, guys. I'm going to say one thing. It's a quick question because, again, we know how we feel about this, but it's going to be a quick thing and we move on. One, if he came from PSV Eindhoven instead of Chelsea, would you be happy with him?
Yes.
Not really, no.
Yes.
Yeah, I would.
That's the difference. That's the difference because he's a baller. I'm not going to lie, this guy's a baller.
Bro, for me, it's not him. I actually like him. I do. I think he is a good player, but it's more of the narrative that we keep going to Chelsea for players that don't work out, and I'm done with it. I just don't want to do deals with that club anymore, bro.
Them man have something on us, 100%, because we keep going back to them, bro.
Dallas, David Luiz, Petr Cech,
Willian, the best. Willian,
Havertz.
Willian, what a player Willian is.
I can't like David Luiz. David Luiz on the Arteta wasn't that bad. After COVID and that red card, he actually fucked up his ideas.
Brother. See David Luiz, if I catch him on road.
No to Madueke.
The guy was the worst I've ever seen.
I'll be so honest with the Madueke thing though. Yeah, this is my thing about it. Yeah, for me, I don't really feel like he's much better or much of a significant improvement on Trossard and Martinelli. So I kind of look at it
No,
like that.
no,
He's
he is.
not.
He's much better
He's
than
not.
Martinelli.
like
He's
let's
He's
not
not.
do that because he's
better
not
than either of
much
them.
better.
Trossard's a far better finisher than this
Rodrygo
guy.
is much better. Someone like that is much better. Like
You man are putting this Martinelli geezer on a pedestal.
but these ones,
Nah.
you know what it is? It's just
They're
Madueke
even
to
better
me.
than
It's like
Garnacho,
he's
Madueke.
all right.
They're even
He's
better
all
than
right. But it's
Garnacho.
like we need to bring in a player. If we're gonna bring in someone, especially for the reason of squad depth, right? This is why it's important. If you're gonna bring in someone for squad depth, fair enough, cool, that's fine. But it's like he's not gonna actually push anyone to be like, Madueke is breathing down my neck. No one's gonna be moved. If I'm Martinelli, I'm not gonna look at Madueke and think, oh yeah, this guy's gonna take my spot in the team. This is the guy that's gonna be hunting me down. No, if I look at someone like Rodrygo, that's the sign of who I think to myself.
Yeah.
If we were to sell Martinelli or Trossard or someone and then bring in Madueke, cool. That's fine. That's fine, I guess, because you're kind of doing like for like in that position.
Yeah.
But to add Madueke and him be like the winger side, that to me it doesn't do anything. It doesn't move me. It doesn't bring me anything at
So
all.
exciting.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Like quickly before we go on, I would want us to add an extra 5 mil and go get Kudus because Kudus is leaving for about.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I rather
That's someone who's actually better than the other
and
two.
he can play it across the front three.
If Kudus goes to Spurs, I'm going mad.
I'm going to be livid. I'm going to be.
I can't watch it.
So good.
I can't
You know
watch him
what?
pull out that little stool of Spurs. I
You
can't
know
watch
what?
it.
You lot are not deep in one thing. If we do go and get Madueke and we give him money, where does Kudus go?
He might go Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah.
And imagine we fund that.
Chelsea do want him as well. That's the worst thing
I
about
swear
it.
we funded them when they got. I know it didn't work out, but Mudryk. I swear we gave him Havertz money, and then they went and.
Yeah.
No.
No, Mudryk. Mudryk was before Havertz.
Was it the January before? I think, yeah.
Yeah,
It was that time we got
We
Trossard
signed
instead.
Jorginho, yeah.
But it's like stop going there. Like it's so annoying. For me, it's a lack of talent idea. Like you said,
at least if you're gonna go there, go and get Cole Palmer. If you're gonna go there, go and get Cole Palmer.
Do you know what?
No. Actually, go get Nicholas Jackson.
Oh no, give him.
He knows what he done. He knows what he done. Look at the game on cap. He knows what he done. He knows what he done.
He's
Flipping
flipping
his
off
phone
our
over.
Jackson.
He knows what he done.
I'd rather Michael Jackson as he's.
How about Janet Jackson? How about that?
Hey, I'm just joking, man. But yeah, again, Madueke, I think it's a no from all of us.
Yeah, no way.
Right, swiftly moving on. As you can see here, the talks between Sesko and Arsenal are at a standstill. And I've just checked right now as well, is that it seems that we have a full agreement with Victor Gyökeres.
Who said it? Who said that? Don't guess me. Who said it? Please.
I'll tell you now. So the Daily Mail said it. Again, reputable source. Daily Mail said it. And
they're not that reputable, but
they're decent. They're decent. The Metros come out and said it as well as AFC stuff as well. They're saying it as well. So.
Bro, they just reported that Gyökeres dumped his girlfriend because he got nothing to do with Lisbon.
Where I'm like, I'm not listening to him. There's certain people that like, for example, that Florian Pettenberg, whatever his name is. I'm like, if I see Ornstein and there's one AFC guy, something Dean.
Hands of Arsenal.
You see Hans.
Yeah, he's good.
Can I just say something about Hans? And this is giving Hans credit. I don't know who he is. For about a year and a half now, I messaged this guy regarding the transfer ages ago, right? I think it was the Rice or something. And he said to me, yeah, don't worry, it's all sorted, brother. And I was thinking, who's this guy, bruv? Like,
he knows everything.
And he messaged me, he goes, wait till you see tomorrow, it's out in the outlets. But I'm just letting you know quickly, you'll see, it's done. Bro, the next day, it's all coming out. And I was like, who the hell are you?
But that's the thing. That's the thing is that I was on. Do you guys know Dilly Duguna?
Yeah.
So I was on his podcast, right? And he's got the African Guna.
Yeah.
This guy follows girlfriends and mothers and just to actually get the transfer news. So you got guys that are going overtime 24/7 whilst we're sleeping. They're like
in the know. They're really in the know.
I rate it. I rate it.
He's got him and AFC Bell were very good for Arsenal. Like,
AFC Bell, remember?
The way he conducted all of that Partey news. I remember
I had to keep translating it. I had to keep translating it. I'm like, what's this?
Yeah.
But
Isn't
that's
that so interesting how transfers have changed though? Like before, you used to just kind of just like see things on Sky Sports and see how much you could track it.
It's not exciting now.
Googling things.
Romano has completely.
They've ruined it.
Yeah, Romano. I hate Romano. Yeah, you see what he did today, by the way? Just quickly, see what he did today. The João Pedro was set to sign, and he goes, "Oh, in 9 minutes, Chelsea will end up."
Allow it, man.
Leave
allow
it.
it.
But bro, for me, that's because when we signed Özil, that kind of stuff is gone. But that. And I couldn't even believe it. Everyone's outside the stadium. Do you remember? Like it was
and the presenters getting swarmed. These
they got rid of that as well. That's so stupid.
Yeah,
they got rid of that. Like they stopped doing it outside the stadium.
Do you know when I officially hated Romano before we go on? Is when he tweeted 2 months before the Ballon d'Or that Vinicius was going to win it.
Yeah.
And he was wrong.
And he didn't even win it.
They scrambled. They were scrambling because they were like, oh shit, I have to try to give it to Rodrygo now. Do you get it? But
obviously he's good at his job, but
man.
He's going to do a video. He goes like this. He goes, "Hey guys," like he pauses for like 2 seconds.
The millennial pause.
Arsenal, here we go.
Exactly. Let me not lie though. If I hear Rodrygo to Arsenal, here we go. I can't deny it. I can't deny it.
I think as Arsenal fans, we missed that rush. Like it's been a while. We ain't had that. We make signings, but it's like, okay, you sign, but
Declan was the last guy. I was like, oh my.
And you know,
I went to my son because he's a West Ham fan. I was like, we talk guy.
The Italian media guy was like, "Oh, City are involved." That was the one. Then I messaged this Hands guy. He was like, "City not even involved. It's all Arsenal." So I'm sitting there like this, Everyone is like, "Oh, he might not happen." I'm like, "It's happening."
Don't worry, guys. I've got the dealo.
I'm in the know. I'm in the
know. Now, for real. Again, Eze will send me over the hill.
Yeah.
Perez will send me over the hill. Rodrygo. Those 3 players there.
Yeah.
We signed those. You man.
It's a 90-point season. It's a 95%.
But that's genuinely for the league as a product as well. Like just to touch on this for a second. Like for the league as a product as well. As much as I sometimes obviously I don't really want Spurs to sign Kudus or Chelsea and Robo to set the other. But I will say, I think it's so much better for the league when you see these teams actually get their targets. Because I'll be so honest. I don't know about you, man, but I know about myself. I want to win the league when everyone else is at their best.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Rodri out of an ACL. I don't want to see none of that. I want to look at City, go to the Etihad, spank them with their best team there, so I can turn around and say, "Hey, you man had your best team out, and we still got you."
Yeah.
So I want to go to Anfield.
I'm saying that, bro.
I want to go to Anfield. I want to buck Mo Salah. I want to buck Van Dijk. I want to beat that team and turn around and say, "Oh, all of your best guys were there. Vert's 100 million. Where was he?" I want to be able to do that. I don't want to go into next season and be like, don't get me wrong, if we win the league, we win the league. I'll do it shamelessly. But in an ideal world,
that's what I'm saying.
I want to be able to actually win the league and win the league because we're actually genuinely the best team.
I want to leave Anfield with 3 points, man. I don't want to go Anfield and get 1 or 0 points.
Yeah.
It's about getting that win now. Winning at those grounds. Win at United, win at Spurs, win at Chelsea, win at Man City, win at Anfield, and then we'll be all right.
Ersan, you're spot on. I said that to someone last season. I went, as an Arsenal fan, and you're not going to think I'm nuts. When we drew against City in that September game, I remember I went, I don't think we're going to win the league. Do you know why? We needed them away wins to change everything.
But I already knew. Listen, the thing is, guys, I don't know about you guys, but from when the transfer window closed last season, in the summer, in September,
Yeah.
and we did not sign a striker, I was like, we're gonna be in
No,
a
it's
top four
over,
battle.
but it was
We're
done.
gonna be in a,
That
we're gonna
was
be in a
it.
top 4 battle.
They
When
threw
we
the
signed, when we
towel
signed
in.
Sterling.
We're gonna be in a top 4 battle. That's what I knew. So the
Yeah.
fact that they even finished second, I was like, raw, you man finished second.
But you
Like,
know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know
I
me,
mean-
you know how shameless I am. If Man City got charged and they gave us the Prem, I'll celebrate it like we won the league. I don't care. Yeah!
Okay,
That
and
league
you know
at the end of the
we
day.
need
That's
to
man
how
never
celebrate.
been
I'll be
Guys,
even more
let's have it
shameless,
right.
yeah.
Guys,
I'll
guys, we need
celebrate
to
the
score.
2018 Carabao Cup final now because we were in that, and I'll be even more shameless.
Nah, man. You know the moment we do that, you know we're gonna get some stick from the next fans, man. You
Who
know
cares?
that already.
Hey,
You know
Man
what?
said, who cares? Man said,
Inject
who
me.
cares?
Who cares?
Man said, eject me. Really quickly, guys. Kepa, how are we feeling about Kepa? Good signing.
Good
business?
signing.
Yeah, good
good
signing.
signing.
Good
Good
It's
signing.
alright.
Shrewd business.
Alright,
Yeah,
like-
shrewd business. Shrewd business. It's really good to see. Really good to see. And the fact that we actually got someone that's not cup tied. Like, what-
Oh.
like,
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah,
Edu's on a mad
exactly.
thing, you know. Edu's on a mad thing. Edu is
Right.
actually on a mad thing. But anyway, we're not gonna go into that. We're not gonna go into that. And and the last but not least, guys, I wanted us to quickly just go through this one here and see if with this starting 11, right, could we win the Prem with this starting 11 right here that I'm about to show you? Bang, 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 bang. Can we win the Premier League with this starting 11? I only swapped Eze out
Yes.
just a little bit because
90 points, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll win
get
the
90
league. That's
we'll
that
get
We're
team is
taking a
95
lot,
points
mate.
with that.
I'm
We're
telling you,
taking a lot.
with that
We'll
team,
get 30 wins.
with that team, we win the league and we don't lose any more than 2 games.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon that team gets 95 points. I'll be
Yeah.
deadly serious.
Now that
30 wins
team-
and 5 draws.
Do you know
That'll
what
win
I
the
need
league.
to,
For me
you
as
need to
well, I'm
remember?
on it.
Yeah, we didn't lose to the top 6 sides. What cost
Yes,
us?
we did. Yes, we did.
No, sorry. What I meant to say was, for example, we didn't lose the City. We didn't lose Liverpool. Liverpool didn't lose to, did we? No. United, same thing. It was Newcastle. I think it was. It was only
Yeah,
Newcastle
Newcastle
21,
away.
They got our number, man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's where, and as Jay said before about how Eze plays, it's the Newcastle games where you need an Eze. You need a Gyökeres.
You need that front three to be dangerous because now they're
This is
thinking,
it.
yo, like, who
100%.
Like, yeah,
This is it.
100%.
And even then, with that lineup there, if you look at it right, and you think of all the players that we've not included in that lineup, do you know what that
Exactly.
also says to me? We
Yeah.
can actually play multiple different ways,
Yeah.
and that feels so
Exactly.
refreshing.
Yeah.
That is the thing that feels so
Exactly.
refreshing. Like we touched on it earlier about the fact that Rodrygo could potentially even be used as a 9 sometimes. It's like you still have someone like Kai Havertz there, even though the wages are crazy, but we still have someone like Kai Havertz there. It's like having all of these players there who are capable of pulling something out, are capable of doing something different. Realistically, right? I'm not saying we would, but in a certain game where it required it, we could actually play a game with 2 strikers.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw someone at Arsenal do that? Do you know what I mean?
Actually,
if we
I
needed
changed
to
my
tweak
mind,
it,
bro. It won't win the league because the manager will never win the Premier League. He is not good enough,
And
bro.
on that note,
You
guys,
can give him Kylian Mbappe, Zinedine Zidane, and Patrick Vieira.
Chef,
He ain't winning niche.
Should we have a little bit? Should we have a little bit? Yeah.
What bet?
Let's make a little bit. If we get this starting lineup or anything close to this starting lineup, right? I believe we'll win the league.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't believe
I'll be real. I agree. Yeah, I think it's about a league and a cup double as well. Either you get 90 plus points, win the league,
right,
or you get that with a trophy with it. As long as
Listen, I don't. Go on.
No, go on, bro.
No, I was going to say quickly. I think because of how the window's gone and everything, I don't think people will talk about further another day. I don't think people are deep in the Zubimendi signing, bro. I don't think people understand because I'm football mad, innit? So I was watching the England Euro final again, yeah. Bro, the guy come on for Rodri, right? Bro, he changed everything. Everything he was doing, I was like, yo, like what? Like, and he now gives Rice the license to do whatever.
The freedom, and Odegaard as well, the freedom as well. Stop building up, stop coming back and build up, man. Stay over there, man.
And then the other good thing is we might turn around and go, do you know what? We need to be a bit defensive today. We need Rice and Zubi to sit there.
Or even Norgard and just...
Bro! Hey, Chef, come on board, bro.
So, Matt, you believe in your heart of hearts that Mikel Arteta is going to take Arsenal over the finish line to win this league?
Yes.
With that
Yes.
team, with
Yes.
Yeah, with that team, I
Yes.
believe.
Yes.
Put down the handbrake.
Bro, he done it with, almost done it with Havertz up front. He's gonna do it. He's gonna.
You are setting yourself up for heartbreak and disappointment.
Chef.
Arsenal will do nothing but bring you despair. I'm telling you, bro.
Chef, if that's the case, Chef, why are we getting excited over transfers?
No, brother, I want us to do well, but I thought about, I'm looking at the team, I'm getting gassed. And I remembered who my manager is and who he is for Arsenal and what he does. The moments where it matters, the decisions that he makes.
Wow.
You're so good at this. Chef, you're so good at this, bro. You're so good at this.
You know what? You know what? I'll say this, right?
Wow.
I'm never Arteta in or Arteta out. Last year, I was head over heels. I was thinking, yeah, Arteta's the man. But if we're not first and we're knocked out in the Carabao Cup, I can't lie. I'll probably run out of patience with him.
Yeah, of course.
I've run out of patience with him. Because Carabao Cup and FA Cup, yeah, I don't want people to be saying, "Oh, we're bigger fish to fry."
Yeah,
you're not frying no fish. You're not frying the fish. It's still in the oven. It's over. No, it's still in the sea. You're not frying nothing.
Yeah.
Win the little Carabao Cup and then figure out the league, because that's the earliest you can win a competition.
Yeah, because obviously you got to learn how to win things first before you go on, right?
Exactly.
I'll say this. Just before we go, guys, just before we tune off, quickly, I'm gonna say if we get that starting lineup that we just got there, or anything close to that, we will win the league. Jay, what do you think?
I agree. We'll win the league.
Yep.
That lineup will win the league.
Chef?
No chance.
Matt?
Yeah, we do. I believe so.
Three against one right now. Urson?
I expect a minimum of 92 points with that team. Whether it wins up the league or not, that's what it will get. I think it will, you know.
You man are getting. You believe that the instruction that he is going to give to these players is going to make the difference. The moments where he needs to make a sub, where he needs the difference, where he needs to throw the sink at a game.
No, but you know what? You know what, Chef? Though
we've got the squad depth now.
You know what? I just think as well. Quickly, I think that first season he was hurt by the way we lost that. That's why, and that's why if you look at the season just gone, they put the handbrake on, then they put the handbrake tighter, thinking defensively, set pieces, whatever. But now when you see the links with Eze and this and that, he's realized, you know what? I need to get more technical now. I can't be doing so. Handbrake will go down. I genuinely believe so.
He's so scared as a manager to lose. He ain't got the heart to win, and he will go, bro. I'm telling you.
At the same time with this, I do understand all of that, and I low-key do kind of hear it. But what I do feel is with those players that we bring in and the potential players that we bring in, last season I don't really feel like as much as he could have, I don't think he believed in the quality that was there to throw the kitchen sink. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I agree.
If you have a squad where you have someone like Eze, you have someone like Rodrygo, you have someone like Gyökeres, you have Havertz, Martinelli, Trossard, all these different guys on the bench as well. That is a squad where you look at and you think, okay, cool. I am actually capable of throwing the kitchen sink here. I'm actually capable. And I look at all of these players. I look at exactly. You still have players like Wanyeri as well. That kind of bench, that kind of 11, that kind of squad is a kind of team where you look at, okay, cool. If we're 1-0 down here or we're drawing a game, you know what? I may as well just throw these players on and see if we can make something happen. That is the kind of squad that you feel like he could
imagine.
My heart does not fool my brain.
I understand.
My heart does not fool my brain, bro. I know what I see.
On that note, guys, listen. I need to call it.
He's too good at this. He's too good.
And this is why I love Chef. Because you know sometimes you're in the field, you're like, oh, the sun's out, right? Yeah. But then you don't see the grey skies. You don't see the grey skies that's coming, and Chef's like, hey, grey skies, the grey skies. So
he's a realist.
He's a realist.
Do you know what it is? I know we need to go, but I just know what I see with this manager. I've seen it. It's not like he's 1-2 years, time and time again, same mistakes, same thing. You don't fool me.
Nah. I think we're gonna do it. On that note, guys, it's been a blessing.
It's been a blessing, pleasure.
Before you guys go, obviously, just to make sure that everyone has got your channels. Jay, we're gonna start with you, Chef, then Matt, then Urson. just let everyone know where they can find you guys and on what platform.
Yes, people, naturally, it's your boy JTB, aka J Talks Ball. We're gonna talk ball. We're gonna be on TikTok, Instagram, all the socials and them things there, man. It's a lovely pod today, man.
Lovely. Chef.
Gunner Chef, TikTok, mostly on there. Go live regularly, talk about the Arsenal boys.
yes, Matt.
Back in that podcast, like everyone else, I'm everywhere. Always on TikTok, every day. I want to be on today as well, but yeah, just tune in, lock in there, man.
Lovely. And last but not least at all, my bro, Urson, talk to them.
Big up, man. Big up. Enjoy. I just started for no reason, but yeah. Big up everyone, man.
You jammed.
Advocating myself on this bad on the TikTok, but yeah, football content, reaction content, all of that. No stuttering this time around.
And just before you go, guys, just before you go, this is for Chef. You see that? Rude boy?
Yeah.
You see that? See that?
Hey, Chef,
listen, I know Arsenal are going to sign a striker, bro. I'm not scared of that.
I'm telling you now.
They will give him the tools. They will give him the tools that he needs, but he won't succeed.
Damn. On that note, guys,
we'll see, man.
People.
Love, man.
Bless our
boys.
people. Love, boys. Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.